Hello and welcome to Catholic News Roundup. I'm Michael Voris. Today we welcome a new addition to our team here at RealCatholicTV.com. This is Matthew McAuliffe, a solid young Catholic man who has been working at our studio here in Detroit for the past month, getting up to speed on our news programming. Matthew comes to us from Virginia with a journalism background involving previous experience in print, radio, and television news. You'll still see the old familiar faces on The Vortex, Brown Bag Bible Study, and all the other shows. Simon Rafe and I will also host the news when Matthew can't be here, but he will be taking over Catholic News Roundup as of today, and we welcome his contributions and the talents he will bring. So, Matthew, welcome aboard. There's the news. Take it away.
Thank you, Mike. It's a pleasure to be here, and I am very grateful to RealCatholicTV.com for the opportunity to present you with the news. Hello, and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Court rejects health care review. The United States Supreme Court has refused to fast-track a challenge to Obamacare despite the request of Virginia Attorney General Ken Cuccinelli. With the Obama administration objecting to a speedy judicial review, the national health care law will continue to face the rigors of federal appeals courts. According to a story on the website churchreport.com, Justice Elena Kagan did not recuse herself from the vote despite the fact that she was serving as Obama's Solicitor General when the law was passed. With 3 appeals court hearings scheduled for May and June of this year, the Supreme Court could be called on for a decision in the summer of 2012. D.C. abortion funding ban. House Republicans have sent D.C. Mayor Vincent Gray a letter telling him that he must enforce the ban on taxpayer-funded abortion in the capital city. A Life News report says that New Jersey Representative Chris Smith and Utah Senator Orrin Hatch are exercising their rightful oversight role to make sure, quote, no further taxpayer funds are expended for elective abortion. Gray is required to make a full report by May 6th as the District of Columbia has a history of funding abortions in violation of the Hyde Amendment ban. Barack Obama and congressional Democrats removed the ban last year, allowing 117 abortion deaths in Washington, D.C. to be paid for with taxpayer funds. Bomb blast at Baghdad Church. As Easter Mass ended, a bomb exploded behind Sacred Heart Roman Catholic Church, injuring 2 police officers and 2 civilians. According to a report from Reuters, tensions were already high in the city this Easter Sunday amidst a recent round of assassinations of government officials. Iraqi police have been paying special attention to security of Catholic churches in the region since last October, when Muslim militants attacked a Syrian Catholic church, killing 52 parishioners. United Nations officials say hundreds of Christian families have fled the region, fearing more attacks. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world. And
TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Priest bans pro-aborts from Mass. Heroic Catholic priest tells worshipers at Philippine Cathedral, if you support the pro-abortion and contraception bill, you can stop hearing Mass and leave the church. The identity of the priest has been hidden for fear of reprisals, as pro-death government officials use the event to publicly mock church teaching on life issues. The Philippine Catholic Bishops' Conference has refused to comment, saying they prefer dialogue with their opponents. Meanwhile, the life-defending priest is said to have, quote, gone on vacation. And lastly, court muzzles Mosque protest, jails Jones. Koran-burning Pastor Terry Jones has been jailed and released on $1 bail after plans to protest in front of a Dearborn, Michigan mosque were halted. In an unusual move, Wayne County prosecutors filed a complaint against Jones, saying he would be committing a breach of the peace if allowed to rally in front of the mosque. The pastor's attorney from the Michigan-based Thomas More Law Center says that the pastor's free speech rights were clearly violated. An appeal of Dearborn Court's decision to stop the protest and arrest Jones is expected to be filed this week in the county court. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. And be sure to check out The Vortex today, where Michael will be discussing Obama and Easter. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure and tell all your friends about us. And as always, God bless.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
CatholicUnderground.com, the podcast about our Catholic faith and new media.